You guys want to hear how a messy gay is the reason that I found out my ex had cheated on me? This was like 10 years ago at this point, but I had been dating this guy for only about like 3 months or so. And he was a partier. The man had a problem. Okay. Anyway, we lived in 2 separate cities, like an hour and a half away from each other. And the night before I was supposed to go see him, he did his usual thing where he went out and got like belligerent, and I didn't really hear from him. Usually he would call me at like 3 in the morning, which was fucking annoying, but I was 23 and I was like, oh my God, hi babe. Ugh. I'm like, okay, whatever. So me and my friend go to his city. We all go out that night, and my ex had this gay friend who was in love with him, like wanted him so badly, made it so clear. I later found out that he had crossed the line with my ex at one point. Anyway, so my ex had told me that he had gotten a ride home the night before from this evil gay guy. And so we're at this party this night when we're all hanging out, we're having a great time, we're all in a room together, smoking cigs, getting into trouble. And my ex and his friend are like talking about the night before and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, well, you know, because you dropped him off after, right? And the evil gay looks me dead in the eyes. He knows what he's doing. Looks me right in the eyes and goes, I didn't drive him home. And I go, huh? Who drove him home then? And he has this evil ass smirk on his face, and he looks at me and goes, Marissa did. Now, Marissa was a girl from my ex's past. I don't know if that's her name. I'm just making it up. But it was a girl from his past, right? And it was like the color drained out of my face, and it was like the evil gay was like puppeteering. And also the evil gay goes, when I went by there this morning, she was still there. So I confront my ex, of course, and I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, she did drive me home, but like, you know, and she did stay the night, but like I slept on the ground. Like she slept in my bed and not, she slept on the ground. And I was like, sure. But in the corner, as I'm fighting with my fucking ex, is evil gay who's just staring, I think rubbing his hands together, being like, yes. And honestly, shout out to him, because his motives were sinister. And he said, bro code, no, I don't do that here. I'm evil. Because we did break up shortly after that. Thank God. And also, like, he wasn't doing it to, like, be a girl's girl and to, like, help me out. No, he didn't give a fuck about me. No. He was messy. He wanted to stir the pot. And you know what? Shout out him.
Help. Y'all, help me. I don't know what to do. How do I tell my coworker that she stinks? Hear me out. So my company flew us out to California for training, whatever. For people that stink, that knowingly get up and don't put on deodorant, tell me, do you not notice when you get into a room that people start to like move around you a little differently than others, gather around differently? You don't smell that when you come in the room. It might have been a little better, but you made it a little bit ripe. Y'all, we're in the training room. Yesterday, I noticed it, and I was like, damn. So I kept my distance. Then somebody was like, oh, it smells a little funny in here, don't it? And I was like, today, we're playing a game. Funked up the whole room on my mama and everyone else's mama. We all left that room. There was another guy, he was like, I don't even want to play the game no more. And I was like, because it's a little hot in here, right? And he was like, yeah. And he's an older white man. Then I was like, maybe it's a cultural thing. But then I was like, but there's 3 other people in here that's from the same cultural background as her. And they don't smell like that. And they smell her too. I get into there today. They got my name over in the corner with her because they moved us around since yesterday. And I said no. Because first of all, I was sitting sideways and the screen was to the side. And I was like, I need to be sitting back in my position where I can see the screen like face first. So I went back to my position. By the grace of God, I'm so glad. But y'all, the smell was still coming throughout the whole building, like the whole part that we were in. So much so that the trainers that even came in there opened up the door. We had to air the bitch out. And then after we were done with the game and the whole place was so ripe, we literally went outside. We went outside of the room. And she was the only one sitting in that room. And I was like, good Lord, I gotta breathe. It took over. Even the AC couldn't get rid of the smell for a solid 15 minutes, yo. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to her. And then another girl was like, the Ethiopian girl, she was like, but you think she don't know? And I was like, I don't know. Because you knowingly got up and didn't put deodorant on. And then we got in the bus to come back to the hotel. Soon as we sat down, and I hate this because I don't want nobody thinking that I'm the one that smelled funky as hell. Soon as we got in there, I was already in there with the bus driver. I didn't stink. The man come in, that's from her cultural background. He didn't stink. She came in. He was like, so he rolled the window down with the AC going. And I was like, it smells crazy in here, right? And he was like, yeah. And I said, I want you to know it's not me. So do I say something to her or do I leave it alone? Because we're all flying back to Texas tomorrow. But mind you, if she's on my flight, I have to deal with that the whole time. But also someone else also got to deal with it. What do I do? What do y'all funky ass people be doing? Y'all, social media is so messy. Like Mark Zuckerberg and them, messy. Okay? Messy. Like, I was literally invited to a fight that I didn't even know I had beef with a person. I didn't even know. And let me tell you how it is social media fault. Okay, so boom. I'm sitting here liking this girl stuff, commenting on it. Like, all of a sudden, like, she's posting heavy. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking and commenting. Like, she's talking about big girl stuff. And, you know, just think. And if I'm friends with you on social media and you posting stuff that's relatable to me or something like that, I'm going to interact with it. Especially if we, like, kind of, you know, me and her aren't friends, but we have the same circle of friends. You know what I'm saying? And some of my friends were commenting on it. You know, friends I'm friends with that are friends with her was commenting on her stuff, too, and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, I'm sitting here just chilling, big chilling. And so, all of a sudden, she tags me in a status that says only I could see it. So I'm like, what that means? So I screenshot that and I sent it to my sister. And then I clicked on the post and the post was like, you keep liking my shit, I'm gonna give you something real entertaining, or I'm gonna entertain you for real, or something like that. It says something along those lines. So I'm like, I said, is she trying to fight me or is she trying to fuck me? Because, like, I'm a little confused. I'm like, I'm going to lean more toward fuck me because me and her ain't got no beef. We ain't got no reason to have no beef. Like, so, you know, maybe she trying to fuck me. I mean, that's cool. That's cute and all. I ain't really looking for no sex partners. You know, I have my thing that I got going on. So, I'm like, I wowed it. I did the expression wow. Like, what that even mean? Because I was confused. So, then she inboxed me and was like, where you at? With a question mark. I'm like, I screenshot that. I'm like, you know, I don't understand. So I said at home in my bed, tired, just having a general conversation. Me and her have talked a little bit before in our inbox, just about stuff. So, cause she's wrote me like, I admire your relationship. Like, I look up to y'all with my ex-husband, my baby daddy. This is where it all dawned on me. So I'm on the phone with my baby daddy one evening. And she had done wrote me back. Because, like, at this point, a couple days done went by. And, like, because, you know, she asked where I was at. I told her. Like, I'm just still, in my mind, thinking, like, she ain't trying to fight me. She trying to fuck me. Obviously. You know. But we cool. Like, we ain't gonna cross those lines because we cool. I've never, like, fucked with a film before anyway. Like, I mostly stud stems. That's about it. So, yeah, I'm flattered. But, you know, no. But we cool, so I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I know how to just still have a normal conversation. So, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm on the phone with my baby daddy, and I'm like, she ended up writing me back. So I'm like, this is just, I don't get it. I feel like the more she would write me, it didn't feel like she was trying to fuck me. So I'm like, I said, this weird to me. It's weird energy. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, okay, did I explain it to him? And he's like, I think I know why. I'm like, oh, y'all be talking? Like, what? But, you know, it is what it is. Cool. I had no idea. But I can see how that might have been some messy shit because I went to her page after that. You know what I'm saying? And I saw she's been posting. Like, she ain't just started posting, but social media just started showing me her shit because of them two talking, the mutual interest or whatever. But, like, I was about to fight. Like, no, I was not about to fight anybody, first of all. But, like, we got beef and I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know about you. I didn't know about the beef. I didn't know none of that shit. I ain't a messy person. Like, I don't get down like that. I don't get down like that. And I definitely ain't finna beef over no vagina or no penis. Like, girl, I have a rose. You ain't seen my toy collection, baby, because ain't no way. A human could never. A human could never, baby.
Bruh, this is exactly how I look in person, bitch. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to tap in. I'm gonna need y'all to tap the fuck in. Are y'all here? Y'all here? Y'all listening? All right, let's go. All right, so this might not be the most exciting story time ever, but this is when I was in college and I was with my first ever boyfriend, and we were telling each other things that we didn't know about each other. So pretty much he's telling me something about himself. I forgot what the fuck he even told me about himself because he's so damn uninteresting. But so I was telling him, I was like, all right, so one thing that I definitely have not told you about myself is that in high school, I used to run a erotica Tumblr account in high school. So he's all of a sudden so excited. Oh my God, let me see it. What? Do you still remember the password? Do you at least remember the username? Like, I want to see what it is. So now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he fucking with it. I've never told anyone this before. I'm going to show him the page. I show him the page. And now, listen, I know y'all probably won't think that I'm into certain shit from the way that I'm looking, but I've been into some freaky shit. Okay, I've been into some scurry shit for as long as I can remember. Y'all could blame it on daddy issues. Y'all could blame it on childhood trauma. You know, kinks are hereditary. Y'all could blame it on whatever the fuck y'all want. Point is, I was into some scurry shit. Shit, I still am, to be completely fucking honest. Anyway, as soon as he's like scrolling through the page and watching the gifs, whatever, his whole vibe starts changing. Like, he goes from being excited about it to like looking pissed the fuck off. So I peep the vibe immediately and I like grab my phone. I'm like, are you okay? When I tell you this nigga transformed, okay, he could have been Optimus motherfucking Prime, okay? This nigga transformed so fucking quick. He immediately was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. You were into some really weird stuff. Why would you even show me that? Why do you think it was okay to show me that? I can't even believe you. I don't even know who you are right now. The whole fucking spiel, okay? I'm sitting there real confused and I'm like, bro, I felt comfortable enough to share this with you. You were fucking with it. Like, what's wrong now? His whole thing was he didn't like that I was so sexual in high school. And now he's second guessing is if I had told what I had told him about me being a virgin was true. So now I'm really mad because I'm like, bro, are you dead ass? Like, you're really questioning if I was a virgin before I met you because I liked some freaky shit on Tumblr? Like, the nigga kicked me out of his room, y'all. Literally, his whole dorm had a lot of my stuff in it, took all my shit, threw it out the door, and threw me out the door with it. My shit all melted and shit. What up, everybody? I am back with another motherfucking story time. This is gonna be an actual juicy fucking story time, okay? Today, we are gonna be talking about the time that I was a unicorn. If you don't know what it means, I suggest you look it the fuck up because I'm not about to tell you what it means. So there was this girl that I knew in high school. We're going to call her Stephanie for privacy purposes. Stephanie and I weren't that close, but I had a little bit of a crush on her when we were in high school. So being that we weren't that close, we didn't really keep up with each other after high school ended. So fast forward, like maybe 2-3 years later, I pretty much slid in her DMs. I don't really even like saying it like that, but yeah, I hit her up in her messages. Pretty much I was telling her that I was feeling her ever since high school and that I wanted to, you know, fuck with her, you know what I'm saying? So she immediately hops on the idea. She's like, oh my God, I liked you in high school too. I didn't know if you liked me back. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. We end up linking. But when we linked, I'm under the impression that it's just going to be me and her. I was wrong. This older white dude, okay, like when I tell you old, I was like 18 at the time. So he looked really old. We're gonna call him Paul for privacy purposes. So in the messages, she's telling me that she wants to link up. She wants to do all this stuff to me, you know, and I'm reciprocating the energy because I'm like, damn, yes, it's about time. There was no mention of anybody else that was gonna be there except for me and her. So when we link up and he pulls up, I'm like, who is this? So she tells me that this is her boyfriend.
Mind you, again, this nigga is old. So I'm immediately thrown off because I'm like, girl, boyfriend, what the fuck? What are you talking about? So she tells me that the only way that me and her would be able to do anything is if her boyfriend is included. I don't know if I was so down bad, but I guess I was that down bad because after not too much convincing, I was with it. I'm not gonna hold you. At first, it was a fun experience. I definitely think it's something that everybody should try at least once, but definitely try it with the right people because these were not the right people. After a while, now mind you, this wasn't something that just lasted just once. Like, it became a thing. Like, we literally became a fucking throuple. He would take us out shopping. He would take us to get our nails done. He would take us out to eat. After a while, I noticed that she started to, like, distance herself from me and Paul. At the same time, I noticed that Paul was only starting stuff with me and not her. I ran out of time, like for part 2. So I hear y'all wanted a part 2. Say no more, say no more. This is part 2 of the time where I was a unicorn. If you don't know what the fuck is going on, please go back to the first video so that you can update yourself. So the last thing I told y'all is that things were getting really fucking weird. Stephanie wasn't initiating anything, and Paul was only initiating stuff with me. So once I noticed that it was happening a lot, I pretty much took it to the side and I'm like, hey girl, like what's going on? Like I only started doing this really to get to you. So like what's really going on? She pretty much said that it was just because she wasn't in the mood lately and like she's been feeling, weird. So she just, hasn't been wanting to, but it has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Paul. A whole bunch of lies, but I just let it slide because like if she don't want to do nothing sexual, I'm not gonna force her to. So after she said that, even though she said that it wasn't me, I still fell back because I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure it's me. As soon as I fall back, Stephanie starts being the one to initiate things. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I was right. That's what it was. She was getting a little jealous. I was stepping on her toes a little bit. As soon as I stepped back, bitch, now Paul got a fucking problem. Mind you, when Stephanie had stepped back, Paul really didn't have much to say about it. Like, he really didn't care. He would initiate stuff with me, and then, like, he would look at her to see if she would want to. And then when he realized that she didn't want to, he would literally, like, shrug and keep going with me. So now that I'm falling back, he's actually piping up. He's asking me what's wrong. Is everything okay? Like, he's literally trying to see why I'm not trying to, engage in anything with him. This sets Stephanie the fuck off. As it should, because, like, when she didn't want to initiate anything, he did not bat an eye. So why the fuck do you care now, Paul? Stephanie is so upset that she literally leaves the fucking room. Like, she disappears. At this point, like, it was just way too much for me. I only got into this shit to get to you, and now I've got to deal with the couple issues. Yeah, no, I'm out of here. So the next day I tell her, like, yo, I'm not really comfortable with doing this anymore. Like, I love y'all. I love hanging out with y'all. So that's just what we're going to keep doing from now on. Like, no more sexual stuff. And for a while, that actually worked out pretty well. We would still hang out. He would still buy us stuff. Like, it really just became super fun, and we weren't doing anything sexual. So all was well until one day we all three were supposed to go out to dinner. Now, usually we all ride together, but I was already in the area, so I was just going to meet them there. Bitch, I get there and Stephanie is nowhere to be found. So I'm looking at Paul like, nigga, where the fuck is Stephanie? He's like, oh, she had to go with her family. She couldn't, make it. It's just going to be us two today. So I'm like, okay, all right, I guess that's fine. It wasn't fine. It really wasn't fine because what happened next? Girl, come on, we going to part 3. All right, you already know what time it is. It's been a minute, I know, but I'm back. Y'all have been flooding all of my socials, begging for a part fucking 3. I have been so busy. I got a song coming out, like, shit's going crazy right now. But all right, enough fucking around. This is part 3 of the time that I was a unicorn. Last that we left off, Paul was supposed to be taking me and Stephanie out to dinner. But when I get there, it's just me and Paul and no Stephanie. So we don't really have to go over everything that we talked about at dinner because honestly it was hella awkward because usually it's all 3 of us together and I never really talk to Paul just one-on-one. So we're talking and everything and then he gets real quiet and it's like, I really want to ask you a question. So my guard immediately goes up because I'm like, nigga, what you trying to ask me? Then he goes, it's not really a question, it's more like a statement, like something that I really want you to know. So now I'm nervous, bitch, because like, what the fuck? This nigga leans forward, grabs my hand, and he's like, I just really want you to know, like, if you ever wanted me to, I would leave Stephanie for you in a heartbeat. Bitch! Now I'm really mad, because we already are in an awkward situation. Stephanie is already feeling some type of way because she sees how you are with me opposed to how you are with her. Now you are further validating the fact that she feels like you don't fuck with her as much anymore now that I came into the picture. At the same moment that I am trying to come up with a reaction to the bullshit that just came out of his mouth, guess who texts me? Stephanie. She asking me where I'm at. And at this moment, I'm like, oh shit, she already knows where I'm at. We gave each other our locations just in case, you know, if anything happens, you know, girl shit. If we go out to a club, we want to make sure that we keeping each other safe. And I know for a fact she has Paul's fucking location because she ain't trust him. So Shorty already knows. Like, I'm pretty sure she already peeped game. She already knew what the fuck was going on. My slow ass finally comes up to speed and I realize that he probably lied to her and lied to me to get me alone with him. So now I'm going off on Paul. I'm like, bro, that was so out of left field. Like, why would you say that to me? You already know that that's my girl. I would never do that to her. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's steady trying to justify it. Oh, we've been pulling apart for months. Like, I'm just not in it anymore. And I just really feel something with you. Nigga, I never felt nothing for you. I was only here for your girl. Like, so now I'm getting up to go because I'm like, you really have me fucked up. And I'm also trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to tell Stephanie what the hell just went down without her thinking that I had some part to play in this. Paul finally gets the message and he stops trying to justify anything. He literally walks me all the way to my Uber without saying anything else to me. In the 5 to 10 minutes that it took me to get home, something must have went down between Paul and Stephanie because the messages that I got when I got home were crazy as fuck. I don't know what the fuck he told her, but my fear of her thinking that I had something to do with it came true. Y'all already know we're gonna have to do a part 4 because the shit that she did, y'all not gonna fucking believe this shit. Come on, let's go. If y'all ain't know this was a motherfucking wig before, y'all know now. This is my story time wig. Whenever this wig is on, you know the tea about to be real sweet. So this story time is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna do my face while I'm talking shit. If y'all wanna know what makeup I use, just let me know. And I'll comment it down below. So this is going to be a story about how I found out that my fucking boyfriend was cheating on me. Yeah. So this story itself does have a bit of a backstory to it. But that's a story time for another fucking day, bestie. But just for context, me and him had just gotten back together. We had broken up for a little bit for reasons that I will go over if y'all want me to in another video. Things that happened between us that led me to believe that, you know, he wasn't trustworthy. And at the time, I was a serious homebody, so I barely left the house, and he was really the only one who left the house. So there were times where I really did not trust what he was doing while he was gone. He was a drug dealer. He was selling weed, out on the block, always mobile, always got somebody in his stories on Snap, so I really just did not trust this dude. Besides selling drugs, he did have another job and he worked nights. So one day, I'm sitting at home, and mind you, I had this boy's location. I'm sitting at home and I realized that it is time for him to be back by now, and he's not fucking home. So after about 30-40 minutes of him not being home, I looked his ass up. Now mind you, he does not work that far away. He literally walks to and from work, so it's like 3 minutes away from the house tops. Now, at first, when I was looking into his little location, I was like, okay, like, maybe he's really not doing anything. Maybe he got caught up at work or something. Like, maybe he not doing nothing, you know? So I'm texting him, like, oh, okay. Hey, babe, where you at? It's a little bit late. You usually get off by now. Like, are you going to be home anytime soon? My messages don't even get delivered. So that tells me that his phone is dead. Interesting. So at the time, I didn't know if I was even going to still be able to view his location or not because his phone was dead. But lo and fucking behold, I was able to find out where he was at. Bitch, I looked at his location and this boy was sitting in some parking lot. Late night, parking lot? What does that say to you? So immediately I get up and I'm like, oh, okay. I already know what the fuck time it is. I already know what he on. At the time, I had a pit bull puppy. That was my baby. And it was really fucking late, so I didn't want to be out there by myself. And I know you're probably thinking, Anise, what do you mean be out there by yourself? Where were you going? Bitch, I was about to go to that parking lot and see what the fuck he was doing.
like for part 2, because shit get real crazy. I look crazy as fuck with this wig on. We are back for a part 2. This is the story time of when I found out that my boyfriend was fucking cheating on me. If you have not looked at part 1, please go back and look at part 1 so you know what the fuck going on. So last we left off, I was leaving the fucking house because I was going to go see what the hell he was doing. At the time, we were both living with his mother. So before I left the house, I went and I kindly let her know. I said, ma'am, your son is out there doing something he not supposed to be fucking doing. So I'm about to go do something about it. Miss Mamas already knew her son wasn't shit. So she didn't even argue with what I was saying. She was just like, okay, please be safe. And that was it. So I go and grab my dog and we leave the house. Now I know me leaving the house and going to see where he was is probably kind of crazy. Like when I say it out loud, it really does sound crazy. But bestie, believe me, I really had my reasons. Like I said in the last video, there's a whole backstory to this. To put it plainly, I really gave up a lot to be back with this nigga. He had already shown me his true colors the first time we tried it, and he pretty much was making it seem like he was this great dude, and he missed me, and he loved me and everything, so this was me giving him his second chance. So I needed to see for myself if he really was still fucking around, because if he was, oh bitch, I was gone. So I get outside and I'm checking the location. I'm trying to see just how far this parking lot is from the house. The parking lot is damn near right next to his job. So I know immediately, like, wow, okay, he got to be linking up with some bitch from his job. Like, that's the only thing that would make sense. Bestie, I was mad as hell. I was mad as fuck. And this walk, like, when you walking and you mad, like, you really got to be mad for that whole walk in order to still have the courage to do what you trying to do. Because that walk was not short. So as I'm walking, I'm still checking the location, making sure he don't move, making sure he don't go nowhere. Because, like I said, I was a homebody. I barely got out, bitch. I didn't go to the gym. A 3-minute walk for me, bitch, I was winded. So, lo and behold, he's not moving. So I'm like, all right, yeah, he definitely has to be sitting in the car somewhere. He probably smoking up with some bitch. Like, I was getting so mad. Like, all of the scenarios were playing around in my head. And, like, I knew he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. So I finally fucking get there. And guess whose car is parked in the fucking parking lot? His fucking car. So now I'm really fucking mad. Because not only do I see his car, but I see the silhouette of 2 people in that motherfucker. And there ain't much room in between the silhouettes. Not too much room. They was real close. So I stroll up to the fucking car, and I'm just ready to swing. Next thing I know, I'm seeing red, and I'm right at the car, and I'm throwing open that fucking door. I don't even know what they were doing. All I know is their silhouettes were way too close. So I threw that fucking door open real quick. We're gonna have to do a fucking part 3. Come on. Y'all know where to go. Alright, let's do this. Part 3 of the time I caught my boyfriend cheating. Like I say in every single video, please go back to the first video and the second video so that you know what the fuck going on. Now, where was we? Oh, yeah, I was throwing that motherfucking door open. My ex and his little work heifer didn't even have time to react, honey. That's how quick I was. Whoop-ha! I opened up that door so fast. I don't even know what I was saying by the time I got to the car. All I know is I was screaming something like, really, this what we doing? This what we doing for real? What I do remember is launching myself almost damn near into the car to get to her ass. Now, before y'all say it, because I can already see the comments now. Oh, you should be getting mad at him. He's the one who was cheating on you. What if she didn't know? Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. At that point, baby, both of them was in the car. Both of them was doing something they wasn't supposed to do. And I wanted to tag both of their asses. Now, I don't even know how this nigga caught me. Because usually when I aim, I don't miss. But this boy, he caught me mid-launch. Caught me mid-launch. Mission failed. So he has me wrapped up, and he's pretty much giving me the same old, talking about something. It's not what it looks like. You need to relax. Why are you trying to fight her? This is just my friend. All that bullshit. While he's talking, I'm barely even paying attention to him. I'm about to start laughing. This girl, as soon as he got out of her car, she peels the fuck off. That bitch is gone. So she pulls off. He's sitting there screaming, trying to get me to listen to him or whatever. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. The whole time our dog is barking, going crazy, jumping on me, jumping on him. So at that point, I really was just like, fuck this shit. I'm gone. I threw the leash at him. I said, here, take your dog. Snatched the necklace off that he bought me. Threw it at him. I said, you can have that shit too. Tore off the jacket that he bought me. I said, you can have that too. And I started sprinting back to the house. Now, when I say sprinting, I mean like a very short burst of a run, because I definitely stopped sprinting after like 30 seconds. I ran far enough away to where I couldn't see him behind me anymore, but I did have to stop and catch my breath. While I'm sitting there trying to catch my breath, I hear footsteps behind me and I hear panting behind me, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't run fucking far enough. So he runs up and he's trying to talk to me. I'm sitting there still trying to catch my breath, bitch. All I could get out was, I'm done. I'm done. If we gotta walk back to this house together, so be it. But when we get back to that house, know that I'm packing up my shit and I'm going. So now he gets mad and he's like, you don't even know what I was doing. How do you know what we were doing? Like, I wasn't cheating on you. I stopped dead in my tracks and I'm like, give me your phone. The nigga won't give me his phone. So I'm sitting there like, bro, give me your phone. Give me your phone. I look through his phone and I see all types of messages. Shorty was sending him her titties and he was sending her nudes right back. After I seen that, the whole walk back, he didn't have nothing to say. So I went in the house, packed my shit, and I was gone within an hour and a half.